some stability, a roof over their head. I enjoy the responsibility of really providing opportunities for others.
All these kids having a great time learning how to ski race and knowing how safe they are is just great.
You know, every day I wake up, I have a reason to get out of bed because we're really selling hope. And it's amazing how a flicker of light can really change your life.
In just a few hours, the city of Atlanta plays host to the Final Four, a showcase for the best in college basketball. For the next 30 minutes, we'll focus on a collection of former student athletes who exemplify the finest principles of collegiate sports. Hi, everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, and welcome to the Buick Human Highlight Reel. We've gathered the stories of 4 former NCAA student athletes who have used what they learned on campus to make a positive impact in their communities. At the age of 12, Jeff Keith faced the challenge of his life. It was a battle that put him on a road that he still travels today, helping fellow survivors become whole again.
Drop the shoulders down, open up the heart and chest, breathe here.
This is a sanctuary for rebuilding, for rejuvenation, of peacefulness, of calm, and we find our balance here.
Jeff is such an inspiration for all of us, so energetic from top to bottom.
He's been through the journey. He knows exactly what the needs are of people walking through those doors.
He's really dedicated his life to making an impact in the whole field of survivorship. He wants to make people aware that people do survive.
December 1974, I had made the Pee Wee Hockey All-Star team, and life was pretty good. A week before Christmas, we were playing in a practice, and I went flying into the boards, and my knee just gave out. And my mom took me to the doctor, and they found a crack in my knee, and after further x-rays, they found a tumor. They were sure that cancer would go away if they amputated, but I didn't understand what the word amputated meant. And then they said I would be followed by about 2 years of chemotherapy with these harsh drugs, but if I could get through that I would have the chance of living. It was in the dark ages of chemotherapy, and my mom and I would drive up every 4 weeks to Dana-Farber Hospital in Boston. The nurses and the doctors were great, but the environment was horrible. And then being in rooms shared by 4 or 5 kids, I'd go back and I'd expect to see the same kids in the room, and I'd ask my mom what happened to Brooke, what happened to Joanne, and she said, "They're not here anymore, Jeff." My parents were aggressive, and my doctor suggested we go skiing. So 6 weeks after my operation, in between chemo, I actually got back out onto the ski slopes. And it was then that I realized that I could do a lot of other things down the road. Thank God my parents got me back out into sports right away.
Athletics for Jeff, you know, this was the place where he could prove that things had not changed in his life.
Matt and I were best of friends. We're on the same high school ski team. We're captains and also on the same lacrosse team. And we both said if we got into Boston College, we would be roommates and go off and play on the same team.
The fact that he had to overcome a lot of challenges to compete is what drove Jeff back in 1980, and quite frankly, is what drives him, you know, every day that he's alive.
Today, all flags in Canada were ordered flown at half-staff to honor Terry Fox. He lost a leg to cancer, strapped on an artificial limb, and started running across Canada.
Terry Fox died on my birthday, June 28th, 1981. I had been following Terry's run for 3 months, and when Terry died, I made a commitment to myself that I was gonna run from Boston to Los Angeles, and I'm gonna raise money for cancer.
Jeff saw something that another man of courage had attempted, and he felt that, you know, this is something that I can do. I can do it in this country.
My personal limits have never been tested like that before. What drove me to get up every day and get out of the Winnebago was the kids.
Well, you look good. Are these your little friends here? They are? Who's this?
Those that didn't make it and those that had made it, that I could somehow be a role model. It was life-changing for me, and I always look back and say, you got through it, you can get through anything. But we weren't done after the run. Matt and myself decided we wanted to create events across the country that would raise money for cancer, and that was the beginning.
When you've been through that battle with cancer, it's a life sentence. It's something that you deal with for the rest of your life.
In 2004, I wanted to find out what would be the long-term effects of the drugs that I took, and it was pretty scary. And I realized once treatment ends, there's 13 million survivors out there, and there's no real life path, a roadmap to live. A lot of survivors don't want to go back to where they're treated, and I know exercise and nutrition saved my life. So why not create a center that could tell me the things that I can do daily, weekly, monthly to make myself a healthy survivor? The Center for Survivorship is the first standalone center of its kind in the country. It's more than just a wellness center. It is a place where we're really selling hope. People should be proud of being a cancer survivor and overcoming the disease because it makes you a much stronger person. Cancer could have been maybe the best thing that ever happened to me, and losing my leg made me work harder. You know, every day I wake up and I get out of bed, I have a reason to live because I'm helping cancer survivors.
Coming up, we visit with a duo of former student athletes who are making a difference in young adults' lives by giving them the tools to succeed.
The Buick Human Highlight Reel is sponsored by the all-new Buick Encore. The next big thing in luxury is small. AT&T, the exclusive wireless partner of NCAA basketball. And by Viagra.